externally, obviously, we know this is a male because it has claspers. Also, even though the cloaca with this papilla looks, sorry, where is it? This papilla looks similar. I know this one's blue because it had a latex explosion, looks similar. Remember, it's a urogenital papilla in males because it has both urinary and a reproductive function, but that would be a urinary papilla in females, okay? So let's go to the top of their urogenital system. Jake, can you hold that, sorry, Jace, hold that back for me. So remember, for the shark, you know, the testes kind of have an odd position way up here to what we're used to, you know, like say in mammals. So here's the testes, and then the mesentery, remember, that attaches to the testes is called the mesorchium, right, with the CH, mesorchium. Okay, so the sperm is produced in the testes, just like in other vertebrates, and then the kidney is this organ here running along the backbone. Now there's other structures on top of it, but this pale, long, spongy type organ that goes all the way down is the kidney. Now in males, the top third of the kidney up here is called the Leydig's gland. So that's really similar to a prostate gland and a bulbourethral gland in mammals that both help produce seminal fluid. So the sperm is produced in the testes here, and the seminal fluid is produced in the Leydig's gland. The top third of the kidney has evolved to be modified to no longer have like a urinary, you know, urinary waste excretion function, but it produces seminal fluid instead. So the sperm comes into the Leydig's gland here, and the into the ductus deferens that runs on top of the Leydig's gland, and then the Leydig's gland here produces a seminal fluid. So then from this point on, the ductus deferens is carrying both seminal fluid and the actual sperm, okay? So you can actually see, now I cut this little section away. I just cut this little connective tissue, mesentery type tissue off and peeled it back so that you can really see this ductus deferens here. It's just the convoluted tubules that kind of looks like miniature intestines, right? So it runs the full length on top of the kidney. So here, the ductus deferens is carrying the sperm and seminal fluid down. And then this lower section in the males is the seminal vesicle. It's more like a pouch. And then at the very bottom here, you'll see that there's more, whereas the seminal vesicle is more like a flat pouch, the sperm sac is more of a bulbous pouch here, way down at the bottom of the rectal gland here, right? So the rectal gland also has a kind of salt excretion function. So I've got the sperm sac down here, seminal vesicle here, the ductus deferens running on top, the kidney, the Leydig's gland up here, and the testes here with your mesorchium, mesentery. All right, now the kidney in the males is drained by what's called the accessory urinary duct, and it shows you that on the first page of this chapter. And it's basically just a tiny white tube, a tiny little white line running along the like dorsal aorta here, this running along the backbone, but it's almost impossible to see. But if you are able to kind of scrape away the kidney tissue and like see a white line running down it, that would be the accessory urinary duct, okay? And then of course that drains into the urogenital papilla, you know, goes through, is the accessory urinary duct runs along the entire, you know, length of the kidney that's underneath the ductus deferens and underneath the seminal vesicle, and then that drains into the urogenital papilla where urinary waste is excreted. All right, any questions about that at all?